Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Blue Origin starts manned flights, also new Elite S to make its debut at Oshkosh, and Surf Air buys quite a few Grand Caravan. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. Two competing billionaires have launched successful trips to space in the race for commercial space travel just days apart. On Tuesday, Blue Origin successfully completed New Shepard's first human flight on the 52nd anniversary of the first moon landing, with 4 private citizens on board. The crew included Jeff Bezos, Mark Bezos, Wally Funk, and Oliver Daemen, who all officially became astronauts when they passed the 62-plus mile high Kármán Line, the internationally recognized boundary of space. Upon landing, the astronauts were greeted by their family and Blue Origin's ground operations team for a celebration in the West Texas desert. There were a number of noticeable achievements. Wally Funk became the oldest person to fly in space. Oliver Daemen was the first ever commercial astronaut to purchase a ticket and fly to space on a privately funded and licensed space vehicle from a private launch site. He also became the youngest person to fly to space. New Shepard became the first commercial vehicle under a suborbital reusable launch vehicle license to fly paying customers, both payloads and astronauts, to space and back. Jeff and Mark Bezos became the first siblings to ever fly in space together. Blue Origin expects to fly 2 more crew flights this year, with many more crewed flights planned for 2022. After the break, FAA opens Houston's Space Safety Office. I'll tell you why after these messages.
AirVenture may be your destination, but shouldn't you also have a great experience during your flight to and from? Battle Creek Executive Airport is the home of Waco Aircraft, the world's leader in new production sport biplanes. Enjoy a beautiful new FBO, extreme fuel discounts, a glimpse into Waco's manufacturing facility, and the gourmet Waco Kitchen, an upscale dining experience serving farm-to-table American European fusion cuisine. Experience AirVenture. Experience Waco. We'll see you on the ramp at KBTL.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're going to be summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The French Air Force buys another 9 PC-21. In 2017, the Armée de l'Air et de l'Espace purchased 17 PC-21s and has successfully trained its future military pilots since then. The Air Force has now ordered a further 9 PC-21s to reinforce its training program with additional Pilatus training aircraft. The French procurement authority, la Direction Générale de l'Armement, signed the agreement with FR 21, with Pilatus acting as the exclusive subcontractor for the supply of the 9 PC-21s and other ground-based training systems and spare parts. FAA opens Houston's Space Safety Office. On the eve of the first manned flight of Blue Origin, the FAA has announced that they have opened a safety field office in Houston to increase its oversight in commercial space operations in Texas and New Mexico. This, despite criticism in particular from SpaceX CEO Elon Musk over the agency's conduct to this point. From this location, FAA inspectors claim they will be able to more effectively and efficiently monitor the ongoing testing programs and commercial space tourism operations. Starliner Part 2 set to launch. NASA's Boeing Orbital Test Flight 2 mission to the International Space Station is scheduled to launch at 2:53 Friday, July 30th. OFT-2 is the second uncrewed flight of Boeing's CST-100 Starliner spacecraft as part of the agency's commercial crew program. Necessitated by a number of missteps and failures on the original test flight, Starliner will launch on the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket from Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Allied Pilots Association urges secondary cockpit barriers. The Allied Pilots Association, representing the 15,000 pilots of American Airlines, has urged lawmakers to include the Saraceni Enhanced Aviation Act of 2021 in the infrastructure legislation Congress is now considering. A recent edition of Roll Call includes a full-page APA advertisement in support of HR 911. The advertisement features comments by Deborah Burlingame, the sister of American Airlines Captain Charles Chick Burlingame, who was a pilot in command of Flight 77 on September 11, 2001, when it was hijacked and flown into the Pentagon. Well, that does it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's return to the rest of the news. HondaJet promises debut of their Elite S at Oshkosh. HondaJet will showcase the upgraded HondaJet Elite S with a special paint scheme at Oshkosh next week. The HondaJet Elite S is the latest edition of the HondaJet, was unveiled at the company's virtual event Innovation Continues Elite S several months ago. The Honda Elite S features several upgrades that expand operational capability and improve flight operation. Its increased maximum takeoff weight of 200 pounds allows customers to fly up to 120 nautical miles further at a higher payload, or take an additional passenger during their typical mission. Other upgrades include several new avionics features, and the newly introduced Advanced Steering Augmentation System further reduces pilot workload and maximizes safety. Honda Aircraft also announced that it will fly its aircraft to the show using sustainable aviation fuel, further demonstrating business aviation's commitment to carbon neutrality. The HondaJet Elite S will fly on SAF provided by Kármán Aviation, one of the first SAF providers to general aviation on the U.S. East Coast. Located right next to HondaJet headquarters at Piedmont Triad International Airport in Greensboro. After these messages, Surf Air buys quite a few Grand Caravan fleet. I'll tell you how many after the break.
When adventure is calling, the Bory by Aero Volga is the plane you need to answer the call. Bory's composite design is simple, reliable, and economical, with impressive performance and no gimmicks. Designed for the wilderness and proven durability in a flight around the Arctic Circle, the Bory has what it takes to handle your next adventure. Featuring 2 large cargo compartments, a comfortable modern cockpit, and a Rotax 912 power plant, the Bory Amphibian is now available in Canada. Experience the Bory for yourself at flightsimple.com.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John Kay.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Welcome back. Surf Air buys Grand Caravan fleet, 100 planes to start. Surf Air Mobility has embarked upon an exclusive relationship with Textron Aviation to support their development of electrified Cessna Grand Caravan aircraft, beginning with a hybrid electric Cessna Grand Caravan aircraft targeted to be available in 2024. Surf Air Mobility has agreed to purchase up to 150 Cessna Grand Caravan EX single-engine turboprops with an initial fleet order of 100 aircraft and an option for 50 more. The aircraft will be upgraded to Surf Air Mobility's proprietary hybrid electric powertrain technology as a 9-seat variant of the iconic single-engine turboprop. Through this exclusive agreement, Surf Air Mobility plans to make electrified aircraft broadly available to new and existing operators and bring the benefits of lower cost, lower emissions air travel to customers sooner than the rest of the aviation manufacturing industry and at scale. Through an agreement to engage in joint marketing and sales efforts, Textron Aviation will use its expertise and deep customer relationships to help accelerate adoption of the electrified Cessna Grand Caravan for all types of Cessna Grand Caravan missions, including passenger and cargo applications. Well, that does it for our show today. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. You can catch episodes of Airborne on Roku and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne in the directory. And don't forget to follow us on social media and feel free to comment with story ideas or just to say hi. We hope you enjoy the show. We'll see you next time.